It is undeniable that plastic is inundating the world, taking, as it does, hundreds of years to degrade naturally. Beyond ending up in landfills, plastic waste disposal methods include incineration, which releases toxins into the atmosphere. Although some trash is recycled, it's only a small fraction of the total amount generated. Alarmingly, almost half of it escapes into the general environment. Mountains of plastic waste pile up in major cities worldwide, while oceanic garbage patches in some oceans are comparable in size to some countries. News reports show scenes of wildlife dying, with their stomachs full of plastic. For instance, a whale washes ashore, and upon examination its stomach is found tightly packed with plastic waste. These are just glimpses of the profound impacts plastic waste is having. There is almost no place on our planet untouched by plastic. Even at the deepest points of our oceans, like the Mariana Trench, nearly 10 kilometers deep, plastic bags are found. The affordability and convenience of plastic facilitate its widespread infiltration into every aspect of life, impacting everything on Earth. This widespread use is now a severe environmental problem, triggering a continuous chain reaction of threats to both human existence and to everything else with which we share this planet. A full 50% of our plastic waste consists of single-use plastics, including items such as straws, cups, boxes, bags, wrappers, or various other packaging materials. Many countries recognize the challenges posed by this durable and hard-to-dispose-of material, and are actively implementing policies to curb the use of plastic. Interestingly, the nation frequently lauded as a pioneer in reducing plastic consumption is not a developed country in Europe or America, but rather a small African nation, Rwanda. In nearly all instances, the production, import, sale or use of plastic bags here is illegal. Those who violate this law, especially individuals attempting to smuggle plastic bags into the country, will face fines or imprisonment of up to 6 months or both. If the violation occurs at the executive level, the penalties will be more severe, potentially resulting in 1 year in prison. Shops caught violating the law will be immediately shut down. The use, sale or smuggling of plastic bags are treated as criminal offences. So, with plastic bags universally banned, how do people here manage?
No plastic bag?
No plastic.
Why? Can you explain to me why?
This one, it's not good, this plastic bag.
No? Not allowed?
Yeah.
I have a lot of plastic from Thailand. This one? No?
There is no one here.
No?
There is no one.
Why you don't use plastic bag?
That is very, very, very bad.
For what?
Yeah, right. For in the soil, it destroy. It destroy
Environment?
environment. Yeah, right, environment.
Ah.
Right.
So you only use this one?
Use this one. There is another. It's a good one.
So you're good.
After visiting several stalls in a market, we discover that if you don't bring your own cloth bag, basket or container with you, the only available option for carrying items are paper bags. The law banning plastic bags has been strictly enforced since 2008, making Rwanda a country often cited for its dedication to reducing or ending plastic bag use. But why is Rwanda so stringent about plastic bags? In the past, similar to many other countries, plastic bags were ubiquitous here. There was something everyone received when shopping. Plastic, which takes hundreds of years to degrade, primarily poses problems in agrarian countries, clogging waterways and contaminating soil. This issue wasn't, however, a national priority because at the time Rwanda had other pressing concerns. In the 1990s, Rwanda was in the midst of a civil war, marked by ethnic hatred between the two main groups, the Hutus and the Tutsis. This conflict culminated in genocide, resulting in the deaths of over 800,000 people, primarily Tutsis and moderate Hutus. The nation and its systems collapsed under this violence. President Paul Kagame emerged as a key figure in ending the ethnic violence and initiated a plan for national recovery. A new political culture was created, employing different tools and methods. The animosity between two groups that once caused devastation has been diminished or eliminated by stipulating in the constitution that from then on, everyone is considered Rwandan, with no more distinction between Hutus and Tutsis. One of the efforts to form a united national identity, transcending ethnic distinctions and hatred, is through collaboration on an activity for the common good. And the chosen activity is a city cleaning campaign. Every last Saturday of the month, all citizens are obligated to join together in cleaning up their community. This responsibility is so significant that even the country's leaders participate on occasion. Environmental preservation has been prioritized, leading to the enactment of several laws, including the prohibition on plastic bags. Rwandan people take immense pride in the cleanliness of their country. Many assert that moving forward, the world will remember Rwanda as a plastic-free country, committed to caring for and preserving the earth, rather than as a nation where people engaged in genocidal violence against each other. The strict law prohibiting the use of plastic bags is leading to a booming business here, the paper bag manufacturing industry.
Okay, it could just be
Brian Ngarambe, who used to work in advertising, decided to establish a paper bag factory after the government issued the ban on plastic bags. The high demand for paper bags keeps the factory operating 24 hours a day.
So it so happened that the government had the policy of banning the plastic in around 2008. Then on 2011, we started with one machine, searching a lot of knowledge, outsourcing the raw materials, finding what's the right product, what's the right machine to buy.
Producing durable paper bags, capable of carrying heavy items such as vegetables, fruits and other things, isn't easy. Some manufacturers resort to cheating by coating paper with plastic to increase bag strength. Many manufacturers using this plastic-paper combo method have, however, been caught, fined, and their factories have been shut down. Brian, though, claims he never engages in such a practice. He experiments with various materials and procedures until the paper bags produced in his factory become strong enough for practical use.
Yeah, also, when we look also about the expertise, about the knowledge, because now this is a product we understand so much. Initially, before the plastic of the ban, we never knew about how the paper bag is being made, which is the light paper to make the good paper bag, which is the light machine to make the correct bags. A lot of things are just here.
Paper bag production here is relatively high cost because paper pulp needs to be imported from countries like Tanzania, the United States and India. Nonetheless, Rwanda remains steadfast in its commitment to a plastic-free society, undeterred by these expenses. This paper bag manufacturer believes that in the future, the country will be capable of producing its own paper, thereby reducing costs. The dedication to making Rwanda a plastic-free society has yielded clear and tangible results. Plastic bags are nowhere to be seen, even in places like the capital city of Rwanda, Kigali. There are, though, some exceptions to the strict law, such as hospitals being allowed to use plastic for packaging medicines or medical equipment. Biodegradable bags are permitted for frozen foods containing meat or fish. Plastic packaging for snacks is only allowed if the company has clear plans for disposal or reuse. Plastic is found in more than just plastic bags, though. It takes various forms, such as bottles, cups, plates, boxes, and more. The management and regulation of these plastics are equally rigorous as those for plastic bags. The agency responsible for this oversight is the Company for Protection of Environment and Development, or COPED, a local expert in waste management. Its role goes beyond mere waste collection. It manages waste comprehensively, with crucial aspects being public campaigns to motivate people to separate waste using financial incentives. If you separate waste at home, COPED will buy it to sell to private recycling factories in the city. This area used to be a major plastic bag factory. When the law banning plastic bags came into effect, it was transformed into a plastic recycling hub instead. The recycling process is vigorously inspected and controlled by the government. The amount of new plastic material added to the recycling process to enhance product strength must not exceed 30%. This regulation aims to minimize the use of new plastic material in recycling as much as possible.
We were going to invest in producing more plastic bags, and then came the ban on plastic bags. And eventually we decided that we would go into plastic recycling. I'd like to say that we were part of the problem then, and now we're part of the solution.
The transition from producing plastic bags to recycling the stuff is not easy, but it receives government support such as tax incentives. Soymex's executive expresses satisfaction in contributing to environmental preservation efforts. The recycling business here is off to a good start. The next goal is to expand and become a hub for the recycling industry in Africa, a continent that continues to use plastics on a massive scale. The efforts to rid the city of plastic bags stem partly from the determination of the people here to prove and redefine themselves after the civil war and genocide. The Rwandan approach demonstrates that it is possible to create a society with minimal plastic usage, serving as a role model for neighbouring countries.
If you want to see more great content from all over the world, please like the video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you.
Kenya, for instance, where approximately 24 million plastic bags used to be consumed daily, implemented a law banning plastic bags in 2017. Anyone found selling, manufacturing or using plastic bags faces up to 4 years in prison or a fine of up to $38,000. In addition to Kenya, both Mauritania and Eritrea have similar bans in place. Plastic waste has become a major environmental issue for many countries on the African continent, and efforts to address it are ongoing. Approximately 8 million tons of plastic waste are dumped into the world's oceans every year. Of this, a full 60% originates in Asian countries such as China, Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. These plastics gradually break down into minuscule particles, visible only under a microscope, known as microplastics, and they are dispersed throughout the seas. Over several hundred years, microplastics infiltrate the food chain and eventually enter the human body. The plastic waste issue isn't confined to any single country. Its impacts reverberates globally, most notably affecting our oceans. Addressing this issue is a dual responsibility, to our local communities and to the planet we share with all living beings. Rwanda stands out in its dedication to this cause, striving to become a plastic-free society. While recycling or reusing plastics isn't efficient enough and only addresses the consequences, the focus should shift towards limiting and reducing the use of plastics in the first place, aligning with the United Nations campaign to tackle plastic waste. Ultimately, the best approach to plastic is, if you can't reuse it, refuse it.